Hello, hello! Welcome back to Mel LG Plays Some Rogue Tower. I hope you guys are excited to be here. I'm excited to be here. Happy whatever day you are watching this on. I think this video, let me think, is scheduled to come out on a Tuesday? Tuesday? Happy Tuesday! If you're watching it live. Not live. Help, it's so early in the morning and I am dying. I am dying. I don't know. I feel like I used to think I was a morning person, and here I am. I will say, so I've kind of talked about it in some of my live streams, but my partner and I have been like cat shopping. I need to stop saying that because I'm like, every time I say it, it's kind of like a little cringe. I don't like the idea of shopping for a pet. It just feels like, but we've been like looking to adopt a new cat, bring them into our, I love the early cinnamon bun, bring them into our household and into our family and hearts. But I'm somebody who forever I was like, I manage stress really well. I really don't think I do. I think I'm actually average, maybe slightly below average because I was so pretentious about it. I really don't know what I want. Let's do monuments. We've never done monuments. Left-hand turn. Ooh. And so for me, I'm like, oh, like, I do find stress and excitement fricks up my sleep schedule and stuff like that. And that's where I'm at right now is like, I'm like a little dozy, little groggy. In fact, I'm gonna do the ASMR. I'll do it while a run's going so you have the sound. But I gotta take my Invisalign out at some point. Do monuments use mana? What do you do? It does. Okay. I did not know that. So, we are gonna go for the mana banks. But yeah, my golly. I have been sleeping like trash. I've been sleeping like trash a lot lately, just in general. I don't know if I'm stressed out. I don't know if it's like excitement of the summer. I can hear the lisp already beginning. I got my, part of like getting braces and Invisalign is you have to get like in between your teeth sanded down sometimes. And so my gums are like a touch sore because I had that done yesterday and my teeth are like irritated. I don't know what I want, so I guess I'll go for this left-hand turn. Oh, that's all right. And so I have like a really bad lisp, but just get over it. Just get over it. You're like, what am I gonna do? It's there, it's vibing. But in general, I've been sleeping like trash. Just straight up. And I think it is excitement and stuff. I think it's poor excitement and stress management. I think no matter how much I exercise, though, exercise does help. And if you are someone who exercises, you should... What do you do? Oh, armor up is actually really good for that. Okay. I was gonna say I don't know what I want, but that's actually like okay. But if I could get my single anecdote out. I've been sleeping like trash. I'm tired. I'm groggy. I don't think I'm a little grumpy. I might be grumpy. It is what it is. You can't really tell if I'm well, sometimes you can, because maybe I'm like quicker to become salty, things like that. But in general, I don't really think I'm like... I'm a pretty grumpy person in the morning if I have my coffee, but here we are. We don't have any with trees except one tree. Can't take it, can't take it, can't take it, can't take it. So I'm either between this or this, so I think I'd rather just go for this and hope. Pretty early fork. I'm gonna put the... I will be putting that down. But yeah, in general, I'm like, I'm tired, I'm groggy. These videos are really nice for me because I actually really like recording them if I have time. Sometimes I can be like, oh my god, I'm stressed out. But in general, like, I like recording them. They feel good. They're kind of wholesome. They're kind of fun. They're kind of easy. And I kind of, again, it's like my little therapy session with myself where I'm like, oh, instead of going to therapy and paying a therapist that I probably should be doing and everybody should be doing, instead I get to like just vent to myself and it still gets it off my chest. Sure. Thinking another one here could be good. What do you do? Oh, you like shoot like bolts, kind of. Ooh, and another little house down here. But yeah, we're adopting a cat. I'm very excited. We've actually already picked out the cat and put a deposit. He just needed to be neutered, so we're just waiting for the surgery, him to get his testiculars thrown out the window. I don't know. What do they do with them after? I guess, like, okay. This is gonna be such a weird thing, and I'm so sorry. You're gonna be like, that is so weird. Give me a right-hand turn. Nope. I used to work in an animal laboratory, like with research, and I used to work with rats and mice. And so what we would do is if you had to euthanize animals for your project, so like, you know, you're doing like analysis on their brain structures, or I would do analysis on like their lungs, hearts, and a bunch of different organ systems and stuff. We're gonna take damage probably, or maybe not. I kind of want this on like shield or something, but it's fine for now. Just taking it slow, even though I'm talking like I'm Sonic the Hedgehog right now. Which is weird, because Sonic runs really fast, but he doesn't really talk really fast. Now I'm trying to think of something that talks really fast, and I'm like, oh, give me a rapper like Eminem. I guess that's a pretty good one, because he had like a song that was like insane. I feel like I'm not getting good cards, but I think maybe it's just like in my brain. Keep expanding this one. Thank you. I'd love to put a monument here too, but this path will be getting expanded soon because that is a short path, but it's fine. Oh, I'm so excited though to get this cat. So, oh, the monument's kind of cool because it keeps hitting. So maybe I should go for like most. I think that's most armor. Nailed it. Okay. Yeah, this could be good for us. Banditry could also be good, but I'm scared of banditry because I think we will have some leaking because of how close that is. I'd love to put down, I think it'll just be one of these, and I'm going to put you on most shield. Give me your right hand turn. Kind of did. No, it's going to be like my first, so I've owned pets, obviously, like I've had fish and like everything, and they've kind of been like my pets. But it's been a while. I had a hedgehog. She passed away of old age last summer. Bless her heart, Pashmina. We loved her. She was a demon. I hated her. No, I didn't hate her. Everyone else hated her because she would like hiss at anybody who walked into the room her cage was in. If they looked at her, she'd hiss. She was mean. But she was nice to me. But it's fine. Anywho, it'll be like really cool to have my own pet. It's been a really long time. Obviously, I had like pets and stuff when I was growing up. We always had like a dog and a cat in the household. Also, my parents' cat. Bruh, she is 18. She is 18. Isn't that ridiculous for a cat? I feel like that's ridiculous. But it's fine. She's just thriving. Living her life. But it is pretty cool to like have your own pet. And I like we went to the shelter twice actually on the weekend, and we were like, oh, like we want to go and kind of like experience the pets. And I like really went and spent like a couple hours interacting with the different cats to be like, okay, which one of these cats is actually like, am I gonna bond with? Actually, like, do I feel something? As much as I'm like a scientist and I'm like very much like, science is power, knowledge is power. Sometimes I do get in that like mindset of like, oh, it's just the feelies though. Like you can feel if this thing like is right or wrong. And like sometimes you're like, oh, things happen for a reason. And like at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and like crap on somebody for, we have the poison up, so I'm gonna go for that. For feeling however they feel. If you're like religious, cool, I don't care. If you're somebody who believes in crystals, cool. I not to be rude, like I don't mean this to like come off as like harsh, but I don't really care. Like you do you, and like enjoy doing you, and like just like roll with it. I don't have enough. But yeah, I'm like excited. This one really like connected with me. I'm like very much I want a cat that will sit on my lap. And so this one Very much seems like an affectionate... It tried to sit in my lap at the Humane Society. I was like, oh my god, like... That'll be really cool. You'll see, I'll probably do some recordings after we get the cat where I have to have the cat in my office with me at all times for a hot minute because it needs to like get integrated to the fact that we have another cat. So we'll see how it goes. I'd love to get you like a little armor up. I do want a heavy shafts. Give me a right hand turn on this one, please. You demon. It's gonna be cool though. You'll see it. He's so cute. He's got like spots on him. Technically like some kind of bangle, I guess. Probably definitely not purebred because we got him from the Humane Society. I mean, maybe he's purebred. I'd love to do DNA testing. It's just so expensive and I'm for a cat, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna come back and it's gonna be like 100% cat and you're gonna be like, sick, I knew that one. I thought I knew that one, unless it comes back and it's like 20% raccoon and you're like, what? Genes don't work like that. Apparently they do, honey. I do kind of like the monuments. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be an experience. But I said this before, especially related to, if you didn't know this, if you did, I'm so sorry, you've probably heard this 400 times, but I did a hiking elopement backpacking trip situation for our wedding. I do not hike. Give me a right hand turn. You frickin' demon. I do not hike. So the fact we did a hiking backpacking trip was a lot. It was a lot for me. And it was pretty hard, especially because it was multiple days of not sleeping and then getting up at like 2 in the morning so that you could summit a mountain so that you could get the sunrise in the photos while you're summiting the mountain. And it was pouring rain for 2 days of the trip, just pouring. So not only am I doing these hikes that the photographers were like, were easy, they were not easy. There is no hike in the mountains of Alberta, in the Rocky Mountain region, that is easy. There just isn't. I'm telling you right now, there is not. So even though these are easy, they were not easy. So we were doing things like scrambling over rocks that are over a meter tall, 1.5 meters tall. I'm like 165 centimeters, so scrambling over things that are almost as tall as me, that are dripping wet, just soaked and slippery, and you have backpacks with your wedding dress and all your garb, like your veil and your stuff, and you have to do your hair on the mountain. You also have to change at the top of the mountain. Like, you have to literally get naked in front of these photographers, which, like, bruh, if you know anything about me, I am a confident queen and I like my body. Give me a left or a right hand turn. Is it too much to ask for? But regardless, it's kind of a weird and not great experience, especially if you are someone who is not interested in hiking. Now, at the end of the day, I survived and it's fine, but I did cry. It was so cold. It was like, because it was pouring rain, the high at like the base of the mountain was like 18 degrees Celsius. Like, pretty cold, but fine. And then you are summiting a mountain where it's windy and it is wet, so it was like 5 degrees Celsius. And you're soaking wet in a wedding dress. My wedding dress is not thick. You have your pants on underneath because, like, you are gonna die if you don't. And the wind is cutting through you. At one point, like, I started getting, like, my hands, I couldn't move my hands. And my husband's like, oh my god, like, we need to get you warmed up, like, now. And I was like, oh god, I'm gonna die. This is how I die. But with all of how negative that experience was and how much I'm, like, crapping on it, at the end of the day, as long as you do oh wow, Ubi got shredded. As long as you don't get maimed or seriously injured or have trauma or a lasting injury, an experience is an experience, which is good at the end of the day. Regardless of if in the moment, how much you hated your life, if you did not get maimed, severely injured, mentally injured, anything like that, any experience is a good experience. within reason. So no matter how much I cried, no matter how much I hated it, at the end of the day, I still got to come back and be like, wow, that was pretty cool. You know, like, I did that. I'm proud of myself. I summited this mountain in the pouring rain, in the minus so cold temperatures. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm gonna go for a least health, I guess, and then I'll put you on a low shield. But yeah, so I did that, and it was awful. So any experience is an experience. So having this cat living in my office is gonna be an experience. I'm gonna have to have a litter box in my office, and like this, you wouldn't know this about me because it's kind of weird. Give me a right hand turn. Fork Central over here. I am really sensitive to smells. If like my husband thinks the milk's gone bad, he always comes over to me and he's like, yo, how is it? And I'm like, he's got like bad breath. I'm like, immediately I know. Things like that. Like, I'm so sensitive to smells. And so having the litter box in my office is going to be visceral for me. Like, I think if I'm live, if I'm streaming, I'm gonna have to pull my overlay up and mute myself because I'm probably gonna be retching and gagging. Not just probably, I will be. I'm trying to like dial it down, but it's honest. Like, I'm not gonna be okay. So, it's fine. But we are just gonna roll with it. But again, an experience, as long as you don't get, maybe I come back and I'm like, I will never do that again, but it's still an experience. You know, and I always think of this because like when I was in my bachelor's degree is in neuroscience. And in one of my classes, it was like learning and memory. Actually, I don't know if it was the learning and memory class. Regardless, in one of my classes, I am so bad at telling stories, so sorry. I learned that, you know how sometimes you feel like things go by really fast and you like, you know, you just day in, day out and all of a sudden it's been 4 months and you're like, what happened? You know why that happens, or part of the reason that happens, is because you're not actually making new memories. And so if you're able to sit down and actually like spend time making new memories, time will feel like it's moving slower. And so that's why when you're a kid, time feels like it moves so slow, but when you're an adult, time kind of feels like it speeds up. It's because you get in routines and habits. So when you're a kid, every day you're going to school and you're learning something new, and you're learning things when you're at home because you're just experiencing life and all these things for the first time. So you're making all these new memories and new connections in your brain. But when you're older, you don't need to make new connections. Driving to work and doing the exact same thing every single day is not going to change your life that much in the long run. Can't take it, 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 so I guess I'm going for flaming. Give me a right hand turn. Thank you. It's kind of cool to think of it like that though, because then if you're like conscious of that and conscious of the idea that you can make time feel like it's moving slower by making new memories and having new experiences, it almost like, I, at least for myself, felt like I became more of a yes man, where I was like, you know what, I will do that. I will do something different and something novel and something unique. My friends want me to go camping. I hate camping. I'll still go, unless it's danger camping. I will not go to danger camping. And so it's kind of a cool thing, and I will say from my own experience, obviously I can't speak to like how it works for everybody else, but from my own experience, it does actually change how you perceive time. The last like 2 years, I feel like, because like I finished grad school and like haven't done anything, I just work a job and then like stream at nights, and like my weeks are so set up in a routine that I'm not really making new memories. I'm not really experiencing new things. And so I feel like time has been flying. Not great, because I'm like, oh god, I'm 28 now and like I don't know what's happening. But at the end of the day, this is pretty okay. Yeah. At the end of the day, like, it is what it is and you just roll with it, right? So, oh, I don't like that these are going to be like not staggered anymore, but it's fine. This is also a nightmare back here, but but it's fine. Gonna start having to put down some mana banks. But it's fine. And I'm happy with where my life is, and sometimes it is nice to just like be in a routine and know what your day is gonna look like and not have to think about anything and just like exist in yourself. But don't let yourself get in too much of a habit. That's all I'm saying. Experience life, do new things, right? Even if that's like traveling or going out with your friends on a Saturday night and just letting it like go wherever the night's gonna go. Sometimes, you know, most of the time the nights are boring, but sometimes those nights you just like, you end up at a karaoke bar at 2 in the morning and then all of a sudden you're going to Singapore Sands in downtown Calgary and you're like, what happened? I'm from Toronto. It's a very Calgarian joke. Singapore Sands is like this Asian place that's open until like 4 in the morning. And if you go, especially to the gay bar, it's like the routine of like you go to Singapore Sands afterwards every time without fail. It's good though. It's good. It's kind of a vibe, but it is like something again that I've like tried to put into my life because I felt like time was just going way, way too fast and I wasn't enjoying it anymore. But I know that that's like easier said than done. Like you can't just like force yourself to become a yes man, right? Like it's hard when it's also like, oh, like I don't have friends that are gonna invite me to do things, and you know, I have work obligations, so I can't be staying up till 2 a.m. random nights, you know. I get it. I'm here for it, and I feel that as well in my soul. I also cannot... Speaking of, like, staying up late, again, I haven't been sleeping super well, so I've kind of had this feeling as well, but do y'all get where if you are sleep deprived, you just feel like you're, like, hungover? I get it really bad myself because I get, like, I get tremors. Like, that sounds, like, horrifying. But I get, yeah, like, almost like tremors and stuff. If I'm, like, sleep deprived and hungover and stuff, and they kind of go hand in hand, because, like, a lot of the times you are sleep deprived, you are also hungover. But we're out here vibing. I wonder if it's like dehydration, but it can't just be dehydration. It's got to be like I think it's also for me, and this maybe is why hangovers have gotten worse as I've gotten older, but like it's gotten like worse as I've aged. So I'm like, is my body just like giving up? Is my body like shutting down and is like, no more alcohol? Like when I see people like RuPaul, but also people like oh, there's a lot of famous people and I can't even think of them. I don't know why RuPaul's the only one I can think of that have like abstained from alcohol and have gone dry for like years. I'm like, I get it. Like, obviously alcohol is just not good in general, and like it's fine as long as you have a healthy relationship with it. Look, we need to have healthy relationships with everything. Every like millennial and Zoomer woman I've ever met has had an unhealthy relationship. Give me a right hand turn. Unhealthy relationship with food, which is like pretty hard. But look, we all just need to like try and work on ourselves, but that doesn't mean you have to be perfect. Just out here trying. But yeah, like if you have a healthy relationship with it, if you're only drinking like once a month or whatever, you're not really binge drinking, whatever, I don't care. Even if you are binge drinking sometimes, I don't care. It's your life and you do what you do, but make sure that like you're not like, I don't know why I feel like I've adopted this mom persona. Like, it's your life. Stop letting me tell you what to do. And, like, part of me is like, well, I work in medicine. So I feel like part of me, like, because my job is to tell people some of the stuff that's good for them and some of the stuff that's not. I'm not, like, a doctor or anything. But, like, part of my job is to do that. It does feel... I almost feel this pressure because people, like, look at me like I know what I'm talking about. And so then I feel the pressure to, like, go actually... know what I'm talking about and like try and help people. But that's not necessarily correct though. Like, I shouldn't be telling you guys what to do. Also, at the end of the day, you're adults, so if you're like, Mel, shut up. Don't listen to me. Just don't. I'm just ranting about my own life and my own problems and like my own thoughts. Fastest. So, sorry. Sorry that my thoughts offend you. It's also like, I feel like a lot of like what I talk about is just things that I think about on a regular basis. Because even me, it's like, you should have a healthy relationship with alcohol, and then sometimes I don't. Maybe I do drink like 4 days in a row, and then I feel really bad, and I'm like, why do I feel bad? Probably because I've drank 4 days in a row, you know? Like, I should also be working on these things myself. It's not just like, I'm not just telling you guys to do it. I'm also like, I think I'm subconsciously telling myself to do it. We got the shielded UV. But it's fine. Just gotta take life one day at a time. Maybe I should be an inspirational speaker. Or maybe y'all are just like, oh my god, this is so annoying, and I should not be an inspirational speaker. It's fine, I'm not gonna do it either way, so. I love public speaking, though. I was talking to my husband about this, because, like, I think I'd be a really good, if I were in a position that required me to be, like, a performer, I think I'd be really good at it. Like, I'm talking, like, if I had to be, like, a comedian, or if I had to be, like, some kind of, like, entertainer, even, like, a burlesque dancer or something, I think I'd be, like, really weirdly good at it. Because I perform really well in, like, a public speaking setting. I think I've talked about this before. Like, I get really anxious in a one-on-one setting, and I'm, like, socially anxious and shy. But when it comes to, like, public speaking, I kill it. I got high energy, I'm cracking jokes, I'm authentic and transparent, and I'm like, it's kind of this energy that I always want to embody in the rest of my life because I can't. And what's the difference between being in front of a crowd versus one-on-one? I don't know. People are going to judge you the same regardless. Probably judge you more if you're in front of a crowd. But I just like it, and I'm good at it, and it almost gives me energy having that, like, kind of attention on me. Whereas, like, one-on-one, I get, like, I almost, like, close off into myself, and I don't like that. But yeah, I'd be like a really good performer. My husband, he's like, I get like the opposite. He's like, once I'm on stage, I know what I'm doing, but he's like, I focus so hard that it almost like takes away from the authenticity of who I am. And I'm like, oh, that's like very different than me. I'm like, I become like more natural when I'm in front of people because I just stop giving a crap. I don't know why I'm like this, but it works for me, so. This layout has been stellar. There has been a lot of forking. I'm afraid to expand here because of forking. We actually have to expand all this because they're not staggered as much as I'd like them to be, but that's going to require me expanding here, expanding, and then expanding. But it's fine. But layout-wise, like, we have everything is, like, making contact. Even this, like, damn. I'm gonna leave that one on progress. Ooh. We're also getting lucky with the mini boss chests. I'm just gonna send it. These are the damage over time resistant guys, so though we have like all three, I think, yeah, we haven't been putting too much emphasis on them, which is like nice. I'd love to do, I always think of this, like, I'm so STEM minded. Like, I love science, technology, engineering, and math. Math and I am neutral. But overall, I'm like, I'd love to do something that's like artistic. I've always had like this little bit of an artistic side to myself, like all the paintings and stuff in our house. Like I paint, except this, I don't know if you can see it, but I have like a SpongeBob one that my friend in grad school painted. But in general, like I like paint and like I do a lot of this stuff. I took 3D art, like all of my, like, I don't know, pre-graduate or post-secondary education. I did like 3D art and I loved it. I did dance. Like I like the artistic stuff, which I think is why part of me is still a little bit like Crystal Girl. I know that sounds dumb. Well, maybe it doesn't. Maybe you're also a Crystal Girl and you're like, it's fine. But that's okay. I can be a little Crystal Girl and still be like science minded. It's like the thing of like, I know a lot of people like this too, who are really STEM minded and like study evolution and stuff, but are still like religious. You don't have to pick one or the other. Just be who you are. And if like you believe in one thing but not the other, or you're kind of like on the fence and you don't know, or you're just kind of like apathetic to it and you're like, I don't want to think about it, honey, I'm here for it. I don't even care. You do you. I will stand by the you do you argument forever. But it's fine. That's just like where I'm at with like all this stuff, is like, it's like okay to be like, it's okay to not know what you want or how you feel, or I do like the idea of this. And a mini chest. Sure. I don't want another monument here. Nope, I want no stealth. Oh, we're gonna take some damage. We're not gonna take damage? Like, at the end of the day, you do you, and you just vibe with it. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Are you here for self-help? Is that, like, what my audience is now? I will say, okay, this is so random, and, like, bless you if you're a male viewer. But part of me, as being, like, also, like, female myself, loves when I see that my female audience has been gradually growing over time. It is very comforting. Because I'm like, I want, well, dude, I don't know, this is gonna sound weird. Like, I was gonna say I want to be liked by women, but that's not exactly what I mean. I want to be, like, I don't know. I just want to be, like, appreciated by, I can leave this on for this, by women as equally as men. Like, I think my audience, or my personality and stuff, and sometimes the games I play, not so much this game and stuff, but a lot of the games I play are a little bit more feminine of a viewer base, but also a game, like, player base as well. So I'm like, part of me is just like, I want, like, women to also view me as equally as men. And what I mean is I've gone from, like, 2% to 4%, which is a pretty big jump, but, like, that's, like, yes, I'd love to have a 50-50 audience, to be honest. Be like, wow, men and women like me equally. But I don't know why. Now that I'm, like, actually thinking about it, I'm like, this is kind of like an arbitrary, I don't think I want to go to the haunted house route today. Arbitrary nothingness. It doesn't actually, like, it really isn't that important. Shield is an issue. Yeah, shield is a major issue. But I don't know, like, at the end of the day, I don't really care what my viewer, if my viewer base ends up being, like, more masculine, I don't know how to, like, manage it, because I'm like, I get so many, like, this is, like, opening up a little bit, but, like, I get so many of those comments that are like, you should, like, cover up more, and I'm like, I'm literally wearing, like, a hoodie. Like, what do you mean I should cover up more? I'm sorry that, like, I've been blessed with, like, a female bot. Like, I don't know what you want from me! But then I also get so many comments that are like, you get more views if you just took your clothes off more. And I'm like, let me just exist. I'm just trying to exist, my dude. Like, do you go to your male streamers and you're like, take your pants off? Probably. Probably. But that's, like, different. It's different. You know, like, it's just like, let me exist and let me be who I am. And, like, whatever. If you're gonna, like, ogle my body and stuff, just, like, don't tell me. We already know I'm socially anxious and shy. You can do what you're gonna do. Like, am I gonna find out? No. But at the end of the day, also, just chill. Just chill a little. But then I'm also, like, a lot of those comments are probably, like, 14-year-olds, so I'm like, fair. No, that's pretty savage, but sometimes I'm like, I'm so nice, and then I would say something like that, and I'm like, wow, I'm actually kind of a dick. I should chill. Freezing bolts, maybe? This could be good, because we're struggling with shield, actually. I am seeing that over here is, like, also struggling. Okay, we got that under control, I think. I do see my mana starting to, like, deplete, but we're okay for now. I feel like we haven't, maybe I haven't been watching for it, but we haven't gotten, like, too many sorcery drops. Do we have any occult shrines already? We do. We have actually quite a few. Oh, that one got more. That one also got more. I guess I'll give you one more. I tried to hit spacebar to make the game go. This one's really hard to stagger. Oh, it's an Oogie one too. We have another shield heavy Oogie. You know what? Demolish that. I wonder if we can get 3 grand. Nah. Hi, Poops. I know I left my door open today while I was streaming. I was like, I wonder if Poops will come visit. Come here. Come here. Come say hi on the camera. Okay. So, my husband and I got, you smell like litter box, you stinky baby. Got a Bengal, and they're known as one of the smartest cats. I am not even kidding when I say that Poops, or baby Poops, yeah, is the stupidest cat I've ever met in my life. I, like, looked up if cats could have, like, brain damage or like a learning disability and stuff like that. Because I was like, I've never met a cat. It's so sad. Not without sorcery, I don't think. Not this late. I do like crit chance. Though we don't have any synergies. This is rough. I guess, like, I'll just take this, because, like... monster studies, everything gets damage to shields is really nice. Freezing bolts, I think, is the best of those. Oh, we're at portal level already. Holy! I wouldn't mind putting... Honestly? Go for most health on that one. But yeah, like, I'm like, we're gonna literally have like one of the smartest types of cats and the dumbest cat I've ever met in my life. I love her nonetheless. And like, to be honest, like, she is the nicest cat. Like, she will sit on people's laps and approach people she doesn't know. And she's so gentle. She's clumsy. Like, if you feed her a treat, she might bite you because she's just really unaware of everything. Or if you're playing with her, she may claw you. She's gotten a lot better about that, but, like, she's still just clumsy. But, yeah, like, I've been trying to teach her a trick of, like, jumping on your, like, leaning on you like this when you're, like, giving her a treat. I don't know if you could see that because I was way out of the screen of the thing, but... I'm like, oh yeah, like it'd be so nice if I could teach her literally anything. But she's so fucking dumb. But again, she's nice. So I would so much rather have a dumb AF cat that is like nice than a smart cat that is rude. 100%. Without a doubt in my mind. We're running out of mana. And she is so nice that it's like, okay, it's fine. I'm really excited too. I'm curious to see how our integration process is gonna go with having like the two different cats. They have very different personalities, it seems, but they're both like so nice and seem to have like good temperament towards other cats. Don't need flamethrowers. Go for damage to health. I'd love damage to shields, but yeah, like, they have really good temperaments, so I'm, like, really hopeful that maybe they'll just, like, get along and be totally okay. 3,300 is a lot. Come on, 1180. There we go. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It'll be interesting to see. And again, an experience is an experience, as long as you don't get maimed. You learn something from it. You enjoy it. I'm gonna cut down a couple trees because money. This has just been an easy run, and I think it's because it's been so, like, we haven't had any, like, linear, and sometimes the forking, though the staggering can be a nightmare, sometimes the forking is actually kind of helpful. So, it's fine. But yeah, this has been like a pretty good run. I don't even think our tower has taken damage. And I was so worried about the leakiness. But I think it's also because we didn't get the missiles. I think the monuments would be so bad against the missiles because there's just so many of them with so low health, whereas the monuments seem to do really well against guys that have a lot of health because they multi-hit, right? Okay, we might be taking damage. I might have spoken a little too soon. Oh, I don't have money for it anyway. Went radio silent there for a sec. Thanks for being patient with me. Me and my morning brain. I think this is okay for us. Oh, sorcery. We can probably get rid of a couple of these then. Okay. Oh, I don't have the money. Okay, chop down some trees. Why not? We're so far in that, like, what am I going to do with these trees, you know? Like, just get rid of them. You don't all need to be on progress. But you guys can be, I guess. Okay, just keep going, I guess. Okay, choppy this. They are getting close. Yeah, they are getting close. I was so cocky. Don't let this be the end of me, please. Okay. Can't take it, can't take it, can't take it. Can't take it. Not interested. So that leaves us with this. I need to find a way to do more damage up here. You my last tree. Is that my last tree, actually? It looks like it. Huh. I don't think that's... well, maybe. Like, need to figure out where the biggest concern of damage is coming from. It's coming from the fact that this is not staggered. Okay, we're fricked. Hi, what happened? Oh my god. I was so confident. I gotta figure out what button it is. Is it this one? I'm still just questioning. I'm just questioning what happened. It must have been the shield, man. It must have been the shields. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. It happens. Oh, I'm sad that it happens, but it happens. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for this last almost an hour. I appreciate it greatly. If you enjoyed the content, definitely hit like on the video, and check out the rest of the series as well. It helps me out a great deal. Oh my god, like and subscribe. It helps me out a great deal as a content creator. My hair is like really going off today. Otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you next time. See ya.